Hello everyone and welcome back to another video. Before we get into the native fish tour, I would just like to give a massive shout out to all you guys for sticking with me. I know I haven't posted in a little over 2 months. I took a little break, I got a job, just been really busy with life stuff. But also thank you all for 400 subscribers. I believe we're almost at 430 right now. Never thought I would make it this far, and I appreciate all you guys for liking, subscribing, and commenting. It means a lot to me. And yeah, let's get right into the video. Starting off the tour, we have my first fully native aquarium. This is my darter aquarium. Residents are 4 orange throat darters, 1 male, 3 females, a fantail darter, and 1 female rainbow darter, as well as a young central stone roller. As we go through this whole video, I will be feeding my fish, and I've gotten this question a lot of what I feed my fish, and literally all I do is I get 3 bloodworm cubes, 1 mysis cube, 1 brine shrimp cube, and 1 spirulina brine shrimp cube, and I mix it all into this little deli, and then I feed it to all my fish. So that's the mixture I have. It has a good variety. Gives the fish some nice frozen thawed food, and they really enjoy it, especially the bloodworms. Bloodworms are always the favorite, but they should all come out once they know food's here. But this is a tank that kind of got it all started. I had a green sunfish before I had darters, but this was my first fully native tank, and I have enjoyed it ever since I got these fish. My favorite in here is probably the fantail darter. I just think that they're really unique looking. If he comes out, that would be amazing. He's usually under the rock. This is a 20 long. Filtration is just sponge filter. I also have an AI Nero 3 power head. This is a really nice electric or magnet-driven power head. Doesn't heat up the tank at all, and you can control it on your phone. It's really nice. And then flora in this tank, I just have Vallisneria and Elodia. Don't want to stay on these guys too long because we still have a lot of tanks to go through, but fantail darter is somewhere in there, being a little shy. Oh, there he is. Can kind of see him. Yeah, that is the 20 long darter tank. Let's move on to the next fish tank. Next up is probably the tank I've been enjoying the most lately. It is my 60-gallon Nebraska River aquarium. This tank is just full of little minnows and shiners. Species list is river shiners. That's the biggest river shiner. Red shiners. Sand shiners. Let's see if I can find one there. Sand shiners. And emerald shiners. So this tank I still want to do a lot more stocking wise. Adding maybe some big mouth shiners. Probably some more male red shiners. They were very pretty. I might have some footage of them in full coloration. But they've sort of dulled down as the spawning season is starting to come to an end. But this tank I find really fascinating because it's just all stuff that I catch in my local rivers like Missouri, Elkhorn, and these are fish that I kind of started catching in rivers and what got me so fascinated in river ecosystems. Even though they don't look like much, I really enjoy them. Most of these guys will just stay silver their whole life and they don't get very colorful. But they are voracious feeders. I would like to stock some more riverine species, maybe a suckermouth minnow or 2, and big mouth shiners, some other shiner species, brassy minnows, just Nebraska native stuff. This tank has been set up for, I want to say maybe 3 months. I don't have the exact time. I don't remember the exact time I got this set up, but it's a fairly new tank. filtration is 2 sponge filters, and then I have a Nero 5, I believe. I think that one's a little bigger. Another control on your phone, magnetically driven power head, really nice. But I really enjoy the river shiners in here. They're hard to tell apart from the other ones. I'll have to do an identification video on these fish, but river shiners are, there's the biggest one. They look kind of like little sharks, I think. Like their faces are just interesting, but yeah, moving on to the next tank. So this next tank is my 29-gallon darter aquarium. This has 3 female banded darters and 1 Johnny darter. This tank has gone through a lot of phases. It's had a little bluegill, it's had striped shiners, it's had plains killifish, but it's ended here. I want to do a lot more. This is really just a holding tank for extra fish. If you have kept darters before, you know that they are very hard to keep with other more food aggressive fish, so I had to put these guys in here to ensure that they would get enough food. But I mean, even though that's just a female, she's still beautiful. Like, males get a lot prettier, but that's a really nice banded darter. She's definitely taken the role as a lead female, because you can see the other ones are much more drab. This one has some coloring, but not nearly as much as this one does. But yeah, plants, you just got some Vallisneria and a sponge filter. It's got some algae issues, but it doesn't hurt the fish. Yeah, beard algae and cyanobacteria, which is the 2 worst things in existence for aquarium keepers, but fish are fine. They have their full bellies and they just hop around all day. I really enjoy this tank. I hope to get more species in here. I'm looking for some Iowa darters right now to stock in here. But yeah, moving on to the next tank. So this next tank is right below the darter tank. This is my 29-gallon split fin tank. In this tank I have a group of red-tailed split fins and 1 female butterfly split fin. You can see the female butterfly right there. It's hard to film them when they're on the surface, but and then I got a breeding group of red-tailed split fins. I really enjoy this tank. These split fin species, as you know, are very rare in the wild. Basically, the only thing keeping these guys alive is the aquarium hobby. So having some of these and being able to breed them makes me feel like I'm doing more for the species as a whole. And I really enjoy watching these guys. They're like cooler versions of guppies, in my opinion. Yeah, and then planting, Java fern, and a really nice group of cryptocorn. I'm not a big plant guy, but these guys are just thriving on minimal lighting and sand substrate. So I guess I'm doing something right because they're doing amazing. But I did have a male split fin, butterfly split fin, but it unfortunately died. I bought it at a local aquarium convention, and I don't know if I just got like an older pair or I did something wrong, but I mean it lasted a good 3 weeks in my in this tank, and then it just died. So, but the female's going strong. I'm looking for a male, but you don't see these often. It's kind of dark, not the best lighting in this tank, but these are really fun fish. I highly recommend them. You can find them at fish stores or online. They're pretty common. And yeah, let's move on to the next fish. So this is the final native aquarium I will be covering in this video. This is my 55-gallon Missouri native aquarium. My cat is being annoying. But right now I'm just feeding him a cube of bloodworms. And stocking in this tank there are 2 really nice male spot fin shiners. They are, oh, they took the cube from me. There is a central stone roller, I believe 5 log perch. There are 3 sand shiners. You can see one there. These ones are a lot bigger than the ones we have upstairs. Cece, stop. There is a slender mad tom. It's going a little crazy right now because there's food. This is my only venomous fish that I have. And yeah, my favorite fish in here is, oh yeah, there's also a long-nosed ace. Okay. But these spot fin shiners are in full breeding coloration. They look absolutely amazing. Definitely, I highly recommend these for a first-time native fish keeper. They are a little bit more aggressive, food aggressive and just aggressive. And they do get pretty big. You can see they're a lot bigger for a shiner. But they're very common in the wild, easy to collect, and they get these really nice colors that you see, the yellows and purples and like the white tip fins. It's just all amazing. And having a group of these would definitely be cool. Log perch are also a good darter to get into the hobby with. Yeah, filtration, I have a hang on back and sponge filters on either side and some aerators to add extra, or air stones to add extra oxygen. Yeah, so this is the last aquarium. Next will be the pond outside, so let's go. So we are now switching to voiceover and GoPro footage. I'm just giving you guys a quick look at the plant life that has been growing in this pond. You can see the lily pads are doing amazing, as well as all the moss. So first fish we'll see is my group of bluegill. There's some young in there, and then there's a pair of full-grown adults, and there's the green sunfish. That green sunfish was what got me into native fish. I have had him since he was just a little baby, and now he's an absolute monster. So, and this pond is 625 gallons. It's 8 feet wide and 2 feet deep. I have a whole series on building this, if you guys want to check it out. The next group of fish you'll see is my group of creek chubs. They have grown significantly since I've gotten them. I didn't have much hope for them. I was worried that they would get beaten up or eaten by the more aggressive sunfish, but they did not, and they're doing very well. And there's also a yellow bullhead in here and a flathead catfish, a young flathead catfish, but they both were too shy to come out, unfortunately. Yeah, I've really enjoyed this pond. It's been one of the biggest projects I've done fish-wise, so it's been a real fun project, and I hope to stock it more eventually, but enjoy the rest of the pond footage, like and subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one.